Good evening, welcome into the stream tonight. And how is everybody tonight? Oh, thank you. My telephone's just informed me that I've gone live. Just good. Okay, let's get that up and running properly. So tonight, a nebula trip, in particular Barnard's Loop. Hey Malcolm, how's it going? Because I talked about going to Barnard's Loop a while ago. So I think that's what we're going to aim for tonight. It's doable in a stream as well, which is always a good thing about Barnard's Loop, but I can actually get stuck out there, and it's going to double as my setting off point for my kind of next trip. But my next trip isn't really going to be a long trip, so it's not going to be one of those week-long things. At least I don't think it is. Okay, so it's still in the system. So I don't think I really want to do really big long trip this week because I haven't got the time really to put into it. So are you playing yourself at the moment, Malcolm? What are you up to? So without further ado, let's get going. Now I've got everything set up right as far as I'm aware. Yeah, make some final checks. I know there was one thing in Starport Services I was thinking about actually. Let's have a look. I've got some space in my outfit and I wasn't sure if I should go ahead and put something else in here, maybe like a cargo rack. I don't know, just in case I find anything interesting, but I'm going to put a two cargo rack, which really isn't going to do anything for me, is it? No. Ah well, we can always use that little bit of an extra jump range, can't we? 61.32 at the moment on this one. Oh really? How was that? I was playing a game earlier. I did live stream it, but I was playing a game. So I'm having problems with my phone here. Well, hopefully it'll work all right. I was playing a game earlier called Detroit Become Human, which I streamed a little bit earlier today. That was an interesting one. It was just a demo mission, but I'm really looking forward to playing the full game next month. I have to start saving up some pennies now.
Ship release. Depart when ready, Commander.
Avoid unnecessary destruction. Do not block the access corridor. Landing gear contracted.
Now I was planning on going to Aerial today, which is why it's first one in the map, but I'm actually not going to bother. I'll do it another day. Yeah, it's supposed to be quite a good game. I've never played it. I think I played it maybe once on a friend's computer to try it out, and it didn't seem like a bad game actually. keep on meaning to buy myself one of those nice big credit cards for stream, so I can, you know, not a credit card, but you know, a card with credit, so that when they have one of their massive sales, you can just go crazy and grab what you need, scratch off in case of emergency, if you will. Yeah, well, they also did. Well, that game looks too good to be true. They also did a Tales from the Borderlands, didn't they, with the same people who did the Walking Dead game, which is supposed to be like a comic book version of it. Now, one thing I'm going to have to do in today's stream, and if anybody sees me making the mistake, remind me, because I've gone from having a really nice fuel tank to having nothing on this. This is literally a flying fuel scoop, so... I'm sure it'll only take me a few jumps to get used to it. Oh, an interesting thing that happened earlier is I got hyper-addicted coming back into the bubble by 3 Thargoids. One of them looked really aggressive, the other two quite passive, but nothing actually happened. So I'm not sure what that situation was, because more recently when I've come into contact with Thargoids, they've been super aggressive, but today they weren't. So I'm not quite sure what that was all about. An 80 object system. There must be the odd asteroid belt here. This thing was a super blue. Type 2. It is. Okay, now that's quite good. It's there's no way I'm travelling that distance to it, but at least I'm a Type 2 spotter now. Type 2 gas giants are worth 60,000, which is quite a lot for a gas giant, so I'm trying to become an avid spotter. I'm trying to become an avid spotter of them, and I spotted one off the bat there, so that's good. Now this won't be my first trip to Barnard's Loop, but I was hoping of kind of going in a few more places down there. I think the last time I went, I just literally went to Barnard's Loop and back, so...
Oi.
So 1 second, my cat's trying to eat something it shouldn't. Oh, it's you again. How are you doing, Remus?
Not you, Gil. 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 Come on.
Oh, really? I've never taken them on because I don't really do combat stuff.
Come on, son.
But yeah, getting hyper addicted by them today. It's interesting. It's not happened for a while, but they left
me alone. You're right. It wasn't you that was in trouble.
How much do you get? Do you actually get paid for destroying Thargoids? How much do you get for destroying one? Anybody else who's dropping by the stream, by the way, be sure to drop in the chat and say hello. Whether you're a lifelong lurker or you drop in the chat quite commonly, be sure to drop in and say hello. It's always nice to converse with people and... Shoot. Is that moving or have I hallucinating? Might be hallucinating. Ah, shut up. So it takes quite a long time to get 30 million then, doesn't it? But you can probably get bounties around 2 million. Good evening, Kathina. How are you doing? Good evening, Cyber. How are you doing? Good evening, DJ Terrorizer. Now everybody's saying hello. I'm going a bit mental now. Are you still on for tomorrow, Cybersec? Let's unleash the beast. Now we're already in the snoo section, so it's only 7 jumps, and then I'll replot a little bit. Okay, cool. Well, same bat time, same bat channel. Nobody's probably old enough to remember that. I noticed someone was asking help for a ship build earlier on the Discord, so thanks for helping them out, Athena. It's very good of you. How long does it take you, Remus? Does anybody else think that Thargoids sound like a stimulant banned in sport? The long-distance marathon runner was banned this morning when it was discovered he had Thargoids in his system. Are you talking to me, DJ Terrorize? I couldn't kill a Thargoid with a big gun. I'd still manage to miss. I'm elite in everything apart from combat, and I'm even bad at that. The old Batman, the one that is actually still quite good, even though it hasn't aged brilliantly. It's going to be really hard getting back into this scooping attitude. Although it does scoop like a bow of hell, I do love it for that. It's not like it takes long. Okay, we've got the Witchhead Nebula just off to the left of us then, and Barner's Loop's just below it. That one there, I don't know what the hell that one is. That's a sun. See? I know my stuff when it comes down to it. Yeah, I never do combat, hardly ever. The one time I did it actually with Cyber, I think the first ship we attacked I managed to shoot the feds and we got a bounty, so... Welcome in, Huhudos. It's a viewer from Twitch there, so it's not all dead over there. Where are you from, Hukudos? It's quite hard to pronounce that. Okay, let's have a look at this system map actually. I haven't been specifically looking for anything, to be honest. I'm just interested in anything that might yeah, keep Twitch alive. I only need about 50 more viewers and I'd actually be able to be a partner. It's a bit easier than If I just had the viewers from YouTube over there, I'd be doing alright. You know, so. It's interesting. I like it. Spotting Thargoids in which space? There's one. There's one. And this is an easy expedition for me. This is 35 jumps is like a walk in the park. Well, it's going to be longer than that actually, but I've finished most of them already. And what have we got now? 2 left. So once I've done these next 2, I just replot, so I'm going to the next spot. I do believe is that one. Oh really? Is that true? I was just saying earlier, I got hyper addicted by Thargoids earlier on my way back to the bubble, and they didn't do anything. One of them was really aggressively like flying around and he scanned me, but they all just basically jumped off into wit space and left me on my own, so I don't know what to make of that. It's a shame I didn't have any metal alloys on me. Oh, I like doing exploration because I do combat in all my other games, so... Oh, another thing, Kathina, I've been thinking, I think over the next few weeks I'm going to live stream those other games by Quantic Dreams. And I don't know if there's an exact time limit on them, but I might kind of do like a thing where viewers can choose the direction. I don't know yet, because I don't know how long the timeline is on some of the questions, but could make it slightly interesting. You always drop into a half-decent system, don't you? That's a high metal content for sure. Yeah. Okay. So I don't think we need bother with that one. That one looks like a water world. It might not be. It's got a bit of brown in the center, but it should be a water world. No, it's not. Okay. So brown in the center means it's not a water world. Oh, no, I can't. Right, how the hell are we going to do this? Did I maybe do it? Did I maybe pick it wrong? Give me a second here while I... Ah, okay, 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 I did. I chose it wrong. Pum pum pum. Ba-dum pum pum ba-dum. To be honest with you, I haven't really looked up any of the kind of battles and stuff on YouTube. I have very little time to watch YouTube videos because I'm too busy either streaming or looking for something to stream, so... I suppose if you engineer your ship up to a certain point, you maybe feel more comfortable that you're not going to lose a battle. And then you don't have to worry about losing those bounties, but... Right, okay, so let's fly off onto... So we're coming in by the Witch's Head here. Right, let's see if we'll make our way towards it. Gonna get a much better view from there, aren't we? Yeah. Work our way to this location. Right, and then I think we're just gonna go straight through it. So we've got the Seagull Nebula up here, the Rosette Nebula, Barnard's Loop, the Running Man, Orion Nebula. Can't remember the other one. I don't know if we can get to the Horse's Head Nebula. We'll have to see. Not sure about that one. So it's looking pretty good at the moment. Kind of offset with Barnard's Loop and the other nebula behind it. It's pretty good looking. Right. Oh, we got a nice big water world there. It's been discovered, but who cares? Look at the size of it. I'll take that home and sell it on the market. Is anybody actually playing at this exact second? And if you are, what are you doing in game? Yeah, I think the fights were kind of more exciting when I remember you used to have to kind of do it in groups, and some people would have to go back and get fixed while the others were fighting them. Oh, it's looking good now. Looks like the Butt Crack Nebula from here. Or the Cleavage Nebula. Depends which way you look at it, really. Yeah, as long as it can hold that many ships in one instant. Ooh, 13 objects. Might be a half decent system, this one. Yeah, we got it. Oh, we've got 2 water worlds. Oh, mind you, these might be ice. It might just be the way the light's coming off the sun. Yeah. Oh, that's a shame. Oh, that wasn't the one I was planning on going to. Well, let's just check out the nebula. It's going to be pretty big here. What we could actually do is look for maybe a landable object in this system. So yeah, we've got a couple. So I'd love to have a look at... I don't know, I might fly out to one of these moons because we might get a bit of a better view. I think I'm going to select this moon and fly out here. Let's see if we can't get a really good picture of this nebula on the horizon. Now this is probably going to take a little bit of skill from myself that I've probably never undertaken before. So you'll have to bear with me while I try and get it right. They really need to put more nebula in the game, they really do, and at least put the real ones in rather than the... rather than the current copy and paste ones. That's why I laugh when people keep saying there's going to be landing on Earth type planets. Yeah. Oh, well, I can actually do the loop of shame with this one because I need to. So it's actually going to do me a favour. I need to because I want to get that nice nebula in view when I choose my spot to land on this baby. So we need that nebula kind of right in there, right in the shot. So we're gonna come up under it. Oh, went a bit too low there. Okay, that is about perfect, I think. I'm just going to slow it up a bit. No, you have to go exploring at some point, come on. Go on, Cyber. Yeah, this can happen. I don't want that little black one to disappear, but it's. I think it's going to. I don't think I have much of a choice. I think I'm just gonna lose it, which is a shame. But never mind. I've done a pretty good job of getting where I have. So. Should have come in at a higher angle. At least I know the next time. The next time I choose a landing site to maybe go for a higher angled one. There's actually a mountain off there to the left which could give a slightly better view, but we'll see here. I don't know, I'm kind of desperate to go to that mountain over there. No, I'll stick with this one for the time being. If for any reason it suddenly stops working, or I don't think it's doing it the way I intended it to, I'll call it a day. What G are we on? 0.9. Okay, we're alright for G. I plonk down right on top of this bit. Look, it's even nearly started sucking the other nebula into its Look at that for a view. That's pretty cool. Oops. That is pretty cool. So now all we need to do is frame it correctly. So what I might do is with the light of that ship, by the way, from inside the SRV I'm getting one of those weird Darth Vader sounds. I don't know if anyone else can hear that. I don't know if that's because I'm so close to my ship. Probably is, to be fair. How the hell am I going to frame this? I had an idea of how I wanted to frame it and now it's kind of gone. Whoops. Okay. Yes, I should just work out how to use my camera thing properly. I am aware of this. Okay, we'll do it like that. Where the fuck's it gone? For God's sake. Right, okay, that's the one I wanted. Okay. That's the shot I wanted. A little bit less of the spread out, but that'll do. It's sucking you in, isn't it? I can feel it. No, see, I mean, if you want to do some really soft exploration that you can get back to the bubble as soon as you want, is go do that INRA run that I did, because not only is the story quite compelling, generally the inner bases are put in places that are visually pretty good, so you've kind of got that going for you at the same time. So I'd highly recommend the inner bases as well. Sailor span. I can do a little bit of a skirt around, but my intention's not to really stay on the planet, so I'm not particularly interested in finding anything. If there's something in close range, I'll take it, but Bronzite Cronda. I suppose that's the ugly sister one then, is it? Yeah, I like the ice moons as well, especially the blue ones. Oh no, there's some germanium in there. If it comes back. And Crondite. Oh no, that's a bloody thing, isn't it? Oh, sulfur and carbon, you can never have enough of them. Oh, vanadium. Vanadium, vanadium, let me go. I hate it when you lose altitude doing that. I don't know why you lose altitude. Well, I do, because it's called gravity, but you get what I mean. No, I hear you say we don't get what you mean. Gravity's gravity, you Doyle. Right, okay. This is a legitimate way to get back to your ship, actually. It doesn't look it, but it is. I'll stop there. What the shit? I'm surprised mine does, actually. I'm truly surprised mine does. Right, off we go. Right, just give me a second. I'm just looking at oof. Okay, that's cool. Roots. Oh, I hate it when the websites don't put stuff together in the correct way. It drives me crazy. It's like downloading a save on the PlayStation. There's no way of working anything out. I don't know how you actually do it in this. Ah, maybe I can do, no, it says search for system. Let's have a look, see if it works out. Yeah, it doesn't really show. Okay. Right, just give me a second. Now I can go into the galaxy map and we can actually start looking to plot the route correctly through here. So we're going to go through the Witch's Head, I think, and we are going to go somewhere over to here, but not that far, because then we're going to jump over this one and this one. So we're going to go towards the Running Man Nebula and the Orion Nebula. So these are kind of the two that sit in front of Barnard's Loop to give you that funny shape. Cadmium's actually quite common. Common? Oh yeah, it's quite common now. It's quite common on the planet surfaces. Yes, it's quite common on the planet surfaces. Arsenic normally quite a hard one, but there is a good planet in when you go visit Grandma Felicity. There's a really good planet there, which has a really high amount of it. Oh crap, I didn't realise I went over the line. I'll tell you why, because I didn't have my orbit lines turned on, so I'm still not. I should be used to it by now. I'm just going to take a quick break, I won't be a second. If anybody asks, the 5 over here. Yeah, you have to vote for Ben Richards. Right. So I got deft. The thing is, I can't pull away from this thing because I've still got a scoop from it. It's the best part. The stellar body. Where do you come up with them? I've forgotten the name of the guy. I was going to make a similar one about one of the other actors in the movie was an ice hockey player. So I was going to say something about an ice body, but I don't know his name, so it would be kind of fruitless. He's turned into a bit of a conspiracy theorist these days, Jesse Ventura. I quite like him. I like the way he speaks. Oh, that's a big one. That is 11.5 times the size of our sun. That is a big one. It was, yeah. And actually, one of the other guys who was one of the stalkers was Jim Brown, who was an ex-American football player. I'm surprised Hulk Hogan wasn't in it, to be honest. Those were the days, those 80s movies. Those 80s Arnie's movies are actually, they were all pretty good, apart from one or two. There were some definite suspect 80s movies, but... Here we go, let's have a look in this system. Oh, it's a water world. I thought we were going to be a little bit more than that. Yeah, I mean, I've said it a few times to various friends and stuff about the 80s, is that a lot of people say it was one of the worst times for stuff, and I'm like, I don't know if it was, you know. I think the 90s was questionable in more ways than none. And in this day and age, but now in this day and age, I'm getting old, so, you know, I can't really comment, because otherwise I'm going to become my granddad. But the music just sounds like noise. And the movies are all crap. But I always rate things on whether they are still watchable now, whether they stand the test of time. I think quite a few of the Arnie movies actually do. You can go back and watch them now, and they don't look too old. Yeah, sure, some of the special effects are slightly wonky, but the actual premise of the movie, the flow of the movie, it's actually alright to watch. I was saying even now, like, I love sometimes, the other day I was watching some old Alfred Hitchcock films. I think if a film's a good film, it's not hard to watch. It's like we were on about earlier, the old Batman. I mean, the old Batman, you can't, honestly, I can't watch it and take it seriously in any way, shape or form. Now, whether when they made it, they intended for it to be that bad, I don't know, because some of the jokes are just so silly that you've got to believe that they weren't taking themselves seriously when they made it. Yeah, Labyrinth was really good as well, yeah. Oh, I mean, I still play some 80s movies to my students every now and again when we have like a fun class, and some of them are very surprised. How good the films are. I mean, they say some of them, like, we're watching Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, and one of the boys was saying the special effects were ridiculously bad, but he said, but the actual parts of the movie, he said, were really, really thrilling. Are you still there, Cybersec? Are you getting back into Elite at any point? Or is that a trip to Sagittarius just a long distant memory? I mean, one film which I still watch it every single year, is Planes, Trains and Automobiles with John Candy and Steve Martin. Still watch it to this day. Every year. I love it. Well, there's a fair few nebula in there, isn't there? I didn't think you couldn't see that many nebula on the galaxy map. Let me just have one more look. Galaxy map, see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, there is the seagull one. Okay, yeah. So, well, we'll make our way down anyway. It's a bit of a slow night tonight, actually. Not a huge amount of people in the stream. Might mean I can sneak off and do something else without getting caught. Oh, I'm actually a really big Giant kid at Christmas as well. I'm the worst because the rest of the year I'm quite a Grinch. But there's just something about Christmas. But Yeah, the Christmas Vacation. I watch that every Christmas as well. I actually love the original one where they were going to Wally World. LL Orionis. Sounds like a rapper. Oh, was that an ammonia? You cheeky little so-and-so hiding out there. 4,000 light seconds. Thought I wouldn't see him.
Alright, son. Good lad. Good lad.
It was, and the worst thing about the remake of RoboCop was that if it wasn't a remake, it actually probably wouldn't have actually been a bad movie. If it wasn't a remake. If you've never seen RoboCop and that was your first time seeing it, I can imagine people actually being quite entertained. But as it was, for anybody with any knowledge, it was just a disaster. And I mean, I don't know what the current reasoning is for just remaking everything, because originally when you looked into it you were told like, well, the reason they're remaking everything is because there's been so many dud movies made and they want to kind of make sure that they make money on stuff, so they make things that people know and enjoy. But the new directors are hell-bent on changing half the stuff in them. So you end up with a kind of an attempted different movie which needs to stick to the original storyline, and it just doesn't seem to work. And then you get other things like the superhero movies that are actually doing well, but they are just been they've just been used too much. I mean, if another Star Wars movie comes out this year, yeah, I love Star Wars, but you know, put all of those billions of pounds into dollars into a really good Star Wars game in an open galaxy, and I'll play that, and I'll play it 8 hours a day. And no, nobody runs out of ideas. What it is nobody wants another Waterworld. But I think by making these so many remakes and expecting the old viewers to come and enjoy it, as well as new viewers to come and enjoy it, you're going to end up disappointing everybody. Oh, I think I did one jump too much. The jump before was better looking than this one. That's a shame. I was going to trust myself on this one as well. I was going to trust myself that when I make a jump, if I feel comfortable with how it looks, I would look to stop and get a photo op. I think a lot of it comes down to directors as well. I think directors are a bit like football managers. They're not totally appreciated, which is why so many of them are in a rush to become executive directors. Oh no, we're back into a good shot here by the looks of it. That gas cloud there looks amazing. Looks really good. Suppose you get away from the sun as well, it's probably going to look a bit nicer. Okay, so this is the first one. I need to find where that gas cloud is. I've got a route planned. I'm off to Barnard's Loop, taking in a couple of nebula around as I'm going, and then hopefully I can get to look at each of the nebula in this section. And then if I have any planets I can land on when I get a decent shot of where I can get a decent picture of some of these nebula would be really interesting. Like that one. Oh, I can't land on that one. Now, let's see what that one is though. No. Let's try on that one. We're too far out though. Oh, this is an icy one as well, Cathena. You've got a double win here. Just trying to make sure. I can't really see the thing from here, so it's going to be a bit of a pain in the backside, I think. I have to kind of come around the back of it and hope I can get a landing. I want to see that gas cloud, because that gas cloud is outstanding. Oy. Trying to think where I'm going to be able to put down on it. Look at that, that's brilliant. I'm loving that gas cloud. As we get in. Yeah, I think it's one of the ones that I saw. I'll definitely be looking to go towards it. That one's not going to cut it, it's going to have to be that one. That one's going to have the planet blocking out the view of that nebula, so... That could have looked good if he says. No, this one's gonna cut it, I think. Oh, it's going to be so close. I'm going to risk it on this one. I'm going to risk putting down on this one, so... Quite hard. I need to make sure I don't block that nebula out with the planet, which is what's happening now. So I have to be really careful of that. And what I can try is I'm going to come where this crater is here. See if I can't set down somewhere on top of that, or even on top of that mountain might be good. That could be a very good spot as well, actually. If I can find a landing spot. Oh yeah, the Seagull Nebula is the one really high up, isn't it? Oh, we should be able to find somewhere to land on here. Looks pretty flat. What G are we on? 0.36. Oh, there was a good spot. Do you mean unsuitable terrain? Question is, are we talking 93% Cthena? I like the galactic plane actually through that that kind of haze of red mist. Going back over here. Yeah, but it's on the sunny side, isn't it? Yeah. I mean, the reason I had to come on this side is because I wanted I wanted to get this shot of the nebula, and it's just not going to cut it anywhere else, unfortunately. If you see me twisting my head really strangely, don't worry. I'm not on day release. That's a pretty good shot. That planet looks like a snail. That's a lovely picture, that one. This is literally interstellar selfies. Anybody who's just joined in the stream, do drop by to say hello. Yeah, it wasn't bad, that one. So I keep saying I need to play around with my camera controls because I can do better than this, but that certainly wasn't a bad shot at all. Okay, so we have the Orion Nebula, so the Running Man Nebula. Thing is, with this bloody thing, I can't tell which one's the bloody Orion Nebula and which one's the Running Man Nebula. I'm guessing the big red one is the Running Man Nebula. No, that's too high. Should we maybe go low on? Maybe so we can kind of look up at it. Or is that like as close as we can get? It's too far in, isn't it? That might be better. Well, hang on. Yeah, go on. Tell me why do they call it a hollow me? Because this is gonna. Then I'm gonna have a question. If it's the same reason I think it's a hollow me, I don't actually know why they call it a hollow me. I think I know why they call it a hollow me, but I don't know. Yeah, I mean the selfie option in Grand Theft Auto is actually really good. Actually, the camera kit in Grand Theft Auto is really good. I used to take a lot of photographs in Grand Theft Auto, and I've come out with some really good ones. And then I've seen pictures that some people have put through that people have put through Photoshop, and they're pretty impressive. See, I thought it was something to do with the you're not actually in the ship, so I thought it was a hologrammatic you. And there's a reason why I thought this, because when you jump into witch space, you disappear. If you ever look down when you're in witch space, you're not there. Like now I can see my legs, but when I jump into witch space, I disappear. So that's what I assumed. Oh, hang on, is that a Type 2? It certainly is. Can I have my 60 grand, please? Right, so, what was my next thought? My next thought was to go past that. No, well, this is my other part, is it can't be a hologrammatic you because of the fact that you have oxygen depletion. But having said that, you don't die when you get blown up, so that'd be the ultimate grind for Psycho San Marco, wouldn't it? You die, you lose everything, you have to start again from square one. The next time I make the witch space jump, I'll show you. That looks like the Flying Squirrel Nebula. Oh, some Psycho San Marco, I'd love that. Pure hardcore mode. Yeah, but if that's the case, why can you have oxygen depletion? It's a question to be asked. I think the next time they go live, I'll ask them over and over and over again in this stream so that they can ignore me. What's happened to it there? Or is that just because it's inside of it? Okay. That's pretty cool. Right. I think we might be working our way up to the Flame Nebula now. Or should we go to the Horsehead Dark region? No, we'll work our way up to the Flame Nebula. was trying to think which angle it would look better from. Maybe from here. There is a documentary called Philosophy of the Matrix. Fantastic. I highly recommend it. Highly recommend it. If you like the Matrix movies, you'll like it. Right, if you watch, when we jump to witch space here, it'll probably prove me wrong. It has. Why haven't I disappeared? You did used to disappear, I'm telling you. Either that or I had some serious graphical problem. I didn't dream it. I know I didn't dream it. Right, we might as well go out and scan this. Good evening, Bob. How's it going? I thought I might have caught you sooner. I thought this might have. You might have wanted to come along on this one. I think you're giving FDev too much credit there, Kathina. You might, when you've got some time tomorrow, Bob, you might want to go back and watch my stream from earlier about this new game that's coming out soon. I think you might enjoy it. Oops. Wrong button. Oh dear. It isn't, unfortunately, but I will be streaming it when it comes out, and it's designed to be like a movie, so... The hell, 42 tons. Where the hell's the Flame Nebula? Is that it? Is that it? Is that it? I'm guessing it's that one. Seems to be the closest one I'm to. Oh. Yep. Wasn't that another Bob Holness one? No, that was not Bob Holness. That was Magnus Magnusson, wasn't it? The two Ronnies did a no. I think that one in front of me must be the Horsehead Nebula, isn't it? From this angle, come on. No, it can't be. Can't possibly be. Must be the Flame Nebula. Okay. Right, so now let's see where we can go. Can we get down to here? What have we got here? Can we get over here? Oops. I don't know where the best place to actually see that is. It might just be there, you know. No, you're not quite seeing the whole thing from there, are you? No, that's too far. Too far. That could be an option. If we go there, we'd be kind of slightly looking up at it. So that, yeah, I'm gonna go. Oh, look. And no permit required. That's all we need. We got close to it before, didn't I? I think above it or something. Requires unknown permit, okay. It's the closest you can get to it then. Out here in is this maybe the closest I'm gonna get? Wow, it looks like I was quite lucky to even find that star, to be honest. All these seem to be permit locked. So I think that's about the best I'm gonna do. Which is alright for its location, it's pretty close. And then you can go up to the Orion Dark region, I think. Alright, let's toddle on. Disappear, you mother. Huh. Oh yeah, so it's like you can't even get the permits locked out there. So I'm pretty much on the cusp of about as close as I can get. Depending on where that is, I might be able to actually get slightly closer. But it's whether it actually shows the no, I don't think it actually shows the it's pretty impressive actually. I'll be totally honest. It's about the best view we're going to get of it, unfortunately. It's pity you can't get a bit more around the front of it, but... What's wrong with my fuel, Bob? What's that from, Kathina? Can't even think. I have one question. Where the fuck is the horse's head? 'Cause that doesn't look like a horse to me. Bit pixelated actually. That's a shame. It looks pixelated. Might just be me being picky. Looks nice from a distance. The closer you zoom in, it doesn't look right. Probably why it's locked. Oh yeah, okay. I should remember it. I love Blade Runner. I mean, I recognised it, don't get me wrong. Looks better from in the cockpit. Oh no, it's always been locked, Bob. There's a lot of controversy because it's permit locked and there's no way to unlock the permit. So it's one of those things where they think it's where the Thargoids come from. And they think we know that it's where the Thargoids come from, so it's purposely blocked. Right, children. I am going to... I think... Oh, somebody was saying to go to the Rosetta Nebula, but it's quite a long way, isn't it? I don't think I'd do it in one stream. Or whether I'd get to do it in one stream. Quite a way out. It's like... It's not Formidine Rift distance, but it's... Is it Rosetta? Rosetta Stone. Let's have a look. Wrap on a stick. Tears in the rain. The Rosetta Nebula isn't just a copy and paste nebula, is it? Looks like a Thargoid. Anybody else think it looks like a Thargoid? Oh, it doesn't like that one, does it? Oh, what's that one? Jellyfish Nebula. What's that one? Seagull Nebula. Yeah, I know that I... Wait, did that fail? Oh, come on, I hate it when it does this. If you're gonna fail, just tell me so I can... Yeah. Okay, children, not tonight, not today. I don't think. What I am gonna try and do today, now I've been here, is... Oh, I'm gonna have to go back out. Yeah, there's many people who've tried to do it, Bob. It's there's people who've tried to find numerous ways in and whatnot, but I don't think it's possible. Let's actually send me back to where. No, okay. So I'm probably, in order to go there, I'd have to come back out the way I'd gone in and then go in across the top. So, okay. Right, here's my thought, but not from there. Where am I? Right. The only thing is this is going to be locked, isn't it? 'Cause it's all in the Horsehead region. Yeah. Wow, there's a ton locked down there. Actually, I'm quite surprised. I don't know why I'm surprised, but I knew it was going to go to that one. That wasn't where I wanted to go, but never mind. Let's have a look. So, I kind of have to go back out this way a little bit. I was gonna say I can probably quote. Let's see. I can probably quote the whole of Goonies, the whole of Ghostbusters, pretty much the whole of Gremlins from my youth. Vanilla Sky, I could tell you that I could do that one inside out as well. Love that movie. I think while Bob's away I should switch games, and then when he comes back we'll just pretend I've been playing the same game all night. Yeah, it's a scrambler until the end. The end, because it's American, pretty much spoon feed to the ending. The original is actually based on a Spanish movie called Abre los ojos, which translates as "Open Your Eyes." And in that version, which is also very, very good in itself, but they leave they leave the ending open to interpretation. But I just love Vanilla Sky because the mixture of visuals and music, and because it's a Tom Cruise film, and if you don't like Tom Cruise and whatnot, you might think it's actually a bad film because it's got him in it, but it's actually a great film. I'm going to save that for tomorrow, Cyber, because if I switch tonight, I think I'm going to switch to a PlayStation game. Just because I'm getting a bit of an itch like this. What, that Tom Cruise was in? Well, if you ask me, that bloody in Mission Impossible. Eyes Wide Shut. Well, that was a Kubrick film, wasn't it? So that's going to be purposely strange. If you're ever looking for a movie, go back and watch it. It's actually a genuinely good movie.
You bad boy.
Oh, we got a double water world system here. That's all right. Gonna have to do the dip of shame, aren't I? The awful, awful dip of shame. Oh, they're terraformable as well. That's great. I was not expecting that on this trip. That is a doozy. Yeah, it's Chris Zabrisky's cylinder section of one of his albums, and it really does have that Blade Runner type of feel to it. I guess you're looking forward to Cyberpunk when it comes out then, Kathina? I think Oh, I'm where I wanted to be. Okay. What was I going to say about Blade Runner? Oh yeah, I was saying before in a stream before, I don't know if you're in it, but the opening scene of Blade Runner when he's flying over the well, it's not the opening scene, but when he's flying over the city with all the flames coming up and everything, that's actually based on the skyline of Teesside. Right, okay, so now we're back on this side. We might actually be able to do a bit of plotting downwards. So I'm really going to push this. I don't know how far I want to go down yet, but like, I'm prepared to push it pretty far down. Why is it route plotting failed? Come on. Is it just because there's no other bloody stars in the area and it's too low? Did I go too low? You can't go too low, can you? Or maybe you can actually go too low. Never really thought about it. No. Maybe somewhere like here. It's gonna be a little bit. Come on, don't. 9-7 zoom ski. Here. There's a few more stars at least, and it's. This isn't that far. Am I doing this? Am I doing this wrong? Hang on, people. I think I'm doing it wrong because I'm not the best at using the galaxy map. It's gonna go right to where I was. Right. Okay. Where's the bubble? Okay. So if I target somewhere in the bubble. It's alright, I've actually kind of finished what I was doing there. I'm now looking to plot a route downwards. Just doesn't feel like I'm going down far enough at the moment. Okay, that's a little bit better. This is more what I'm looking for. But keep plotting. I don't know what's blocking the route. There's something obviously blocking it, but I don't know what it is that's blocking it. Back up to where I was before. I'll go on this one and then I'll replot from there. It's only a few jumps. Yeah, but I thought I'd at least with a 60 light year jump, I thought I'd be alright. We'll see. We'll go down. It could also just be to do with what I was. It could be to do how I was plotting it as well. To be honest, I know what I'm like when it comes to plotting and everything.
Fuel scooping complete. Frameshift drive charging.
Oh yeah, so this is the other one, Kathina. This is like I've switched over to his other cylinder now. I don't know if it's very audible, like. I thought that was on a trip to an ammonia world. Oh. Ugh. Sorry. Alright, let's continue on.
Frameshift drive charging.
I know, I'm sorry. I know. It just came into my head. I'm not even a toilet humor type of person, really. Well, we all have a bloody hell. That's a heck of a run of suns, that.
Fuel scooping complete. Frameshift drive charging.
Oh, it wasn't that bad. Don't be melodramatic. For God's sake. Grown-ups.
Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete. Frameshift drive charging.
Yeah, shut up.
Temperature critical.
Shut up, Victor. I ain't got time for your nonsense today. Said no astronomical objects. I guess I've been here before. Strange.
Scooping complete.
Don't remember being here. How you doing, Alexgar? Not seen you in for a few days. Mind you, I did take a night off. That's why I knock him down. He's a bit too uppity for me, so I knock him down before he gets to me. What have you been up to recently, Alexgar? Ooh. What's that cheeky little... Oh no, it's a bloody water world, isn't it? I say that like it's a bad thing, but you know how I feel about these things. I'm just going to point everybody again, because I'm going to keep doing it for the next month, because it will be a big part of my playlist next month. You go back a little bit early today, I did a short stream about a game which I'm going to be doing next month. I won't be doing it every day, of course, but I will be streaming it when it first comes out, maybe for the first few days, so those days I'll have to take a break from Elite. I'll still be doing Elite around that time, but if you want to check out the stream from earlier today to see if that game will be of any interest to you, do check it out. Voice Becky swear. Who, Victor? He does not. If he swears at you, I'd buy it. So it's a game set in the near future, where androids are kind of used as slaves around the house and stuff, and it's all about an androids becoming self-aware. It's quite an interesting looking game. Okay, I think that was the only one I wanted to go after. It's probably not Terraform. Oh, it is. What do I know about this game? What the fuck do I know? Is Victor just for Elite, or is it one of the HSC voice packs? Or is it based on one of them, sorry? Oh, that's a big system. Oh, wow. That's not an easy... This is not an easy one to read. They're all high metal content. Turns out it was an easy one to read. They're all shit. Ah, well, that's what I'm saying, Bob. If you like Westworld, you'll like this game I was playing earlier. Anytime you go through a system and you don't scan all the rocky moons, he's just like, you've stopped caring. You fucking stopped caring. Or a non-terraformable water world. What the f... It's this... Oh. The Witch Head Science Centre. I kind of can't stand him either, and there's actually a very good reason for it. It's because on TV he plays a really strong character when he's doing his shows, but when you actually look at him in interviews and things like that, he's actually not that confident in himself. Not as confident as you'd think. Oh, that and all... pretty much 99.9% of all the restaurants that he saved in his TV series in America have failed and gone under.
Covered in water? What have you two
Been up to?
covered in?
And just going back on that Ellis guy, yeah, it's a really interesting game. I really like it. I mean, I like all the games that they make. They're particularly interesting, and the stories are so different. After fuel. There was one at the far end which could have been a class 2. I don't think it was though, I'm totally honest.
Oi, get off that. It's off. Yes, that.
Did I see? No, I didn't. Has somebody found something? It's not the one with the tubes, is it? Oh, that could be an Earth type there. It's not, it's a water world. Oh no, no, it's got land. It is an Earth type. I'll have to have a look at that one, Zoomski. And for anybody who was in last night's stream, by the way, I'm going to diversify my stream now. I'm going to have cooking with Swifty. Ineffectual cooking. I'll teach you all how to cook properly. With real food, instead of moaning about it. You might learn something from it. You might seriously might open your eyes to some really interesting cuisine. If I do it, I might just make it edible. I'll have you know I'm a very, very, very good cook. I would have probably been a chef if it wasn't for all the hours and stress that they go through. Yeah, they're really, you're right, Alex Guy. I mean, they're really, the two other games I've got by them are particularly strong as well. The first one is a murder mystery, and there's kind of a really what's the word, a sadistic killer on the loose, and you play two characters and you're trying to catch this killer, and it's pretty intense. The second one is all about a girl with psychic powers who's connected to some type of ghost, and there's kind of something to, it's a bit like Stranger Things. I think is actually where Stranger Things got its main idea from. But again, pretty freaky, and this is why I always say to people these days that you have to be careful what your kids are playing sometimes, because a lot of games are not being made for children. They're being made for the over 25 market or the over 21 market. And if a parent really doesn't know about that, the amount of kids, real young kids that I see with Grand Theft Auto,
Fuel scoop disengaged.
I'm just so surprised by it. I mean, luckily a lot of them haven't got the attention span to go through the story mode, but if they do, it's not the worst of the Grand Theft Autos, but there's still some pretty weird stuff in there. But I mean, even if you're looking in past years, games have generally pushed the envelope. Games like Silent Hill was particularly creepy. But one of the good things about this game that's coming out next month is that the guy who created it intentionally created it so it would be more enjoyable for people to watch. Ah, that'll be interesting, Zoomski. I'm guessing he doesn't know where the system is, so I'll have to go back to it in 8 months. But it's interesting. Oh, so he thinks that each site is lined up like to a system somewhere. That game didn't give you sleepless nights as a kid. It did me, I think. I wasn't even a kid. How old was I when Silent Hill came out? I'll have been 18 I think when Silent Hill came out.
Frameshift drive charging.
Right, okay. What's ERR broadcast, if you don't mind me asking?
Frameshift drive charging.
Right, okay, so it's... There is no friendship here, Victor. You'll have to go looking somewhere else, I'm afraid. It's a weird one.
Fuel scooping complete.
That's going to be too loud now, isn't it?
Frameshift drive charging.
Oh, you need a PlayStation, Bob, for when Red Dead Redemption comes out. Red Dead Redemption 2, should I say.
Fuel scooping. Fuel scoop disengaged. Frameshift drive charging.
Oh no, I didn't hear about that one actually. I know, but it's not available on the PC, and it's the only game you can really truly ride a horse through the plains. Don't worry, when it comes out I'll be streaming it enough.
Fuel scoop disengaged. Frameshift drive charging.
Well, having said that, you might be able to play it on PlayStation Now one day. And PlayStation Now is, you can do it on your PC, which is amazing. Playing PlayStation games on your PC.
Fuel scoop.
Oh, Chocolate Cake Planet. And a water world.
Fuel scooping.
Ah, because it's a brown dwarf, isn't it? Huh.
Frameshift drive charging.
Alright, see you later, Kathina. Have a good night.
Fuel scooping.
I might have to make me some stiff coffee, I think.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
Oh, really? Well, I haven't heard about that. I'll have to look for it, hang on. Right, I'm just going to go grab a cup of coffee, people. One moment. Oh wow, that's interesting. Why do they think they're going to release the virus onto humans? And aren't the Thargoids going after Aegis? Anyway. It's interesting. Without sounding like a complete dunce, why would they be releasing the virus onto humans? Oops. Maybe the Thargoids will ride in on a white horse and save the day. Forgot to say actually, Zoomski, I got hyperdicted earlier on my way back to the bubble. And it was interesting because the Thargoids were back to their kind of original self that they'd been before with me. So, I mean, there was 3 of them. One of them seemed pretty angry. But not ridiculously. Oh, yeah, that looks like it might be the quiet sectors. See if we can get one down to here. All right, okay. Well, the hyper addiction was really weird because there was three of them. One of them was really like red and angry and did the scan and everything, and the other two just seemed to be watching. They weren't really doing anything. Alright, okay. A klaxon? Are they seriously? Are you serious that there's a group of thyroids called the klaxons? Alright, see you later, Bob. Have a good night. The clangers. The klaxons and the clangers, yeah. Hi again, Bob. Well, to be honest, I'm only going to play Elite for a short while longer, and then I'm going to jump into the Division again because I have to get those credits for the for this event that's going on. Because if I don't get it, then there's a good chance I won't get it again. Buggers forcing you to play a game. Oh, well, it's interesting. There's not as many things in that system as I thought there, unfortunately. Right, if you wonder what I've been jumping for the last God knows how long for, and I'm not actually going towards a nebula, it's because I've finished the nebula part and I'm trying to get as low down in the galaxy map as I can. Just to take a shot. I want to get a shot of the galactic core from quite low down. But because I'm also trying to play another game at the moment, I'm gonna switch over to that in a moment. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna close this stream down quickly to edit the title and everything, and then I'll be back in about 5 minutes with the other stream if you want to watch into that one. Okay, people? So I'll speak to you very soon. Okay? 9-7.